What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another Screen Sanctum reaction. I'm Steve. Today we're going to react to What We Do in the Shadows, Season 6, Episode 5, Nandor's Army. Last week, Laszlo did a good thing for his good friend Sean. He got him a job at the railroad, which lasted about an hour, and then the railroad was shut down. So can't wait to see what happens this week. But before I do, if you want to see this uncut reaction and all my uncut reactions, check out my Patreon. There's something for everyone, and I still have a free tier. Here we go. What We Do in the Shadows, Season 6, Episode 5, in 3, 2, 1, go. Who's on the
Nandor has
Laszlo?
disappeared. No one has seen or heard from him in weeks.
Weeks? Where the hell did he go?
Gizmo fired him.
Oh, yeah.
Gave him the old heave-ho.
So yeah, we've tried just about
That's a
everything
huge bear
to
trap.
find Nandor. Set traps. Nandor.
Nandor! Piss off.
Shut the-
Shut the fuck up.
That broody little bitch is missing.
It's the Baron, and he knows where Nandor is.
Don't tell him about the reward money.
Might have a bite
Oh,
of
the
what
Baron
we thought.
came out.
See what we have here, some punch, some jelly blood.
Again, like I mentioned in my email, I don't eat blood, so maybe just a crescent roll or...
Sire,
The Baron doesn't remember. He doesn't.
this was recorded by a vampire monitoring
A
the
vampire.
But now I know they walk among the living too,
Oh dear.
up and down Wall Street. Their ties and their
Nandor's in a
big
bad
salad
place.
bowls.
Oh, he used to be one of the most promising vampires in this
Yeah.
new world.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
He is unrecognizable, dangerous.
Dangerous, you say?
Yes. We traced Nandor's dispatches to that location.
Go to New Hampshire.
Oh, God.
Retrieve Nandor. And with haste.
With great haste. Oh, this is cool. I like when shows do different intros.
Nandor is hiding here at the Hancock and Sons factory.
I mean, it was the factory until you and your Canon Capital cronies stripped it down.
Yep.
Hey, look, what if the H, A, and N were missing?
Oh,
No,
God.
Cock and Sons.
Oh,
Colin Robinson.
Nan Man?
There is no Nan Man here.
Oh, God. He's got his own lair
There
now.
is only Nandor the Relentless,
Uh-oh.
warrior.
Uh-oh.
One feels most at home amongst the ashes, which is why I came here. But what I found, what I found,
Is he going to revert back to the real
crap?
Relentless?
preppy essentials. They craved a leader, a warrior, a commander, and they became my army.
Oh, no.
and where is this
It's not going to be
army?
mannequins, is
In
it?
the field,
Why?
so that Canaan capital will rue the day they cast out their greatest warrior.
This is your war council.
Yes,
And who are these chaps?
my reserves, my concubines. Leave.
I'm not the enemy. Tell him.
See you later.
Bugger off.
Okay, I will
Oh,
be
he-
out here.
Well, it looks like
I don't think he did a good job firing him.
Yeah, I don't like using this word, but he is crazy.
Oi, no. You do not get to use that word, you twee demon. He's like this because of you. He is absolutely crazy.
we roleplay the scenario that Nandor has concocted in his mind. In time, our presence will shine a light on the holes in his fantasy. Fuck off.
What?
You need to go now.
Why?
Because he believes you are the enemy.
But I'm not the enemy.
What are you still doing here?
If you wish to be in my army, then you will all address me as Sir.
Damn,
I'm out.
Nandor.
No one's offered me anything that looks like a med.
Oh, no.
Fuck! Shave your own head.
Okay.
Ooh, that was close.
Okay, so on to your assignments. Laszlo Cravensworth,
Yep,
intelligence.
obviously.
Colin Robinson,
Command logistics, command logistics.
logistics.
Yes! Yes!
Now listen up.
He's so into it.
Can we not just make Nandor think that this stupid imaginary battle has happened already?
And how do we do that?
I know. Shoot me.
What? Oh, son of a
Again,
gun.
harder though.
What?
Really?
Yes.
How is this going to help with the Nandor thing?
What Nandor thing?
That the war is won. A ruse de guerre that'll make the Trojan horse look like a witless child's paper mache.
I would like to request Scarborough Fair by Simon and the Garfunkel.
No, let's limit the public broadcast.
You know what, my darling? It feels like an eternity since we've had some time alone.
Oh, they're so cute.
So what is the plan, my dark lover?
Well, you'll see.
I'm hearing you'll see about the sex doll monster thing that you're creating in the basement.
With a sex doll monster thing, not a sex doll. Nadja, what I meant to say was something with the identical sentiment that wouldn't piss you off.
Well, it did.
Shit.
Colin Robinson, we will be free. Free from lies.
Laszlo always putting his foot in his mouth.
Looking for an outlet. Don't mean to disrupt your whole war thing.
War thing? This is a war. No winky fingers. Private Robinson, would you give us a moment?
You got it. Traitor.
Ooh. Colin's ready to kill.
I haven't got a fucking clue what you get up to at Cannon Capital.
So there's nothing to tell. It is a job. You show up, you pretend to do shit, and then you go home.
That's pretty much a real job.
I need to apologize.
I'm listening.
Please
Clearly,
do a good
the
one.
reason for you being so over-emotional
No!
is because
Laszlo.
You're dead. Do not menstruate.
fuck me. Bloody hell, dog.
I protected you. Even through all the fuck-ups and the time you forgot to buy glitter and I want to be a vampire. The time you nearly killed the Baron twice. All that shit.
He did do
I
that.
was loyal.
Yeah.
I never betrayed my friends, my comrades in arms. Never! Maybe some of the wives, but you know, it was a different time.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
This is heartfelt.
My purpose used to be raising you to become a great vampire until you pushed out.
Ooh.
And I didn't tell you because, again, I wanted to be the hero that swoops down and saves the day.
I love them.
I do not need you to always be the hero.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't need
My
that.
darling, you are the funniest, most clever, sweetest, and most beautiful woman in the world. The world. And I'm not even mentioning the 10 out of 10 pussy. You deserve the best.
Oh.
I think I may have found your fireworks.
Really? Where?
There, in this shop just here across the street. Sign that says
See,
fireworks, fireworks.
This works
Well, that's perfect.
in this universe.
How did I miss that, my darling?
I don't
You're
know.
an idiot sometimes.
Husband, take care of this.
No,
Stand back.
Laszlo. I'm sure Nadja could figure out how to get in.
Toss it again.
Okay.
Oh,
Shall we?
Yes.
come on. I know they're murderous vampires, but they're such a great couple.
But maybe right now, our purposes are taking us
No,
in different directions.
I don't want that. I do not want that.
The enemy have been lured into a trap. There are casualties. We expect more.
You know, we can all stand down because he's decided to come home.
I miss my coffin. I miss my favorite sword. It's nothing like, oh, what the fuck is that? We are under attack!
Yes.
It's no good, my darling. He's still two bloody crackers.
Well, isn't it a good thing then that I have a plan B?
Always.
Get out of that. Stand back.
That's so cool.
You brought it on yourself, Nandor. We are regular human travelers. There is nothing out of the ordinary here.
What is happening?
Gizmo, you talk to them.
What?
How is there a literal... Wait, did he really have an army?
Wait, so Nandor's army is
Real.
it's real?
All this time you thought my army was just a bunch of mannequins?
Yes.
The fuck?
Oh my God.
Burn down a Walmart or some shit?
No, don't do that.
Ooh, I've got it.
Cry havoc and unleash the dogs of war on those nerds!
You heard the man. Mount up.
Nandor, you are relentless. Damn, that was a good episode. Wow. I don't know why I said wow. Colin wants to be in so bad. Oh,
Still got it. Go get him and put him in the trunk.
he's a leader. Wow. I'm like speechless right now. That episode, as almost every episode of Shadows, was amazing. But holy, there was comedy, there was feelings, there was heart in there. It made me laugh. I wanted to cry. I was like emotional. We had kind of two lovers, not quarrels, but like relationship head-to-heads, basically. Guillermo and Nandor having to come to terms with their situation. And then obviously Laszlo and Nadja. But Nandor and Guillermo, their little talk, it made me sad because Guillermo sounds like he's ready to move on. I mean, he was telling the truth. He was loyal for 15 years. All he really wanted to be was a vampire. He served Nandor. And from his perspective, he was treated terribly. And he was. Like, we've watched the show. Nandor did not treat him great. But again, Nandor is not a human. He's a vampire. But Nandor also did have a couple of good points throughout the years of treating him poorly. Guillermo did almost kill the Baron twice. And usually you're met with death for something like that. And then in season 2 or 3, when he found out he was a Van Helsing and he was accidentally massacring vampires and Nandor stood up for him. Like he has done a lot. It's just been chaotic and not a very good relationship. It's been toxic probably, but it was nice for them to just like let it all out. But yeah, Guillermo, damn, it seems like he is actually ready to move on. So now I'm kind of torn between, do I want him to succeed at Cannon Capital? And when the season ends, he has his, he's making good money. He has his own new life in the real world. And he forgets about his buddies, the vampires. Or do I want that to not work out and everyone like, oh, one big happy family again? But that's not productive for Guillermo, for him not to have a good human life. I think the best option is for Guillermo to succeed. He'll still be welcome at the house. They're not going to, like, he's not going to kill them like Nadja thinks, obviously. But even so, they're not going to respect him. Like, they're going to treat him the same if he just comes back every once in a while. So I would like to see Guillermo, succeed, be successful in life with a job, and still, go back every once in a while to hang out with his pals, which works. It'll work. Even though there's not going to be a season 7 to see that, at least we'll have our heads to imagine it. And then, of course, Laszlo and Nadja. It's so funny when you watch this silly show, this funny show about vampires. We laugh at the things that they do. Like, we love them as characters. And, it's not real, but when you really get down and think about it, they kill people. We love them, but like, that's how they survive. Like, they have to murder people and drink their blood. So to us, they are typically the enemy. to themselves, that's the only way they could survive. You know what I mean? All this just to say that like Laszlo and Nadja's relationship is so cute and pure and human. They were human at one point, so you know they have those memories, but it's just so great how they are together. Like I mean, Nadja never holds her tongue, so if she's upset, like she shows it, she will let you know, but they do suppress some of their feelings as well. As we saw this episode, Laszlo just wasn't really telling Nadja everything he was doing. He's just like, oh, you'll see. When it's done, you'll see what's going on. I think it's because, to me, Laszlo, he's not a failure, but a lot of times his plans don't work out. Just like reanimating a body from dead human. He's supposed to have done that 50 years ago. He's never done it. And then when it works, it was kind of because he got help from Colin Robinson, right? So he's not like an absolute failure, but I feel like he doesn't want to tell Nadja full plans. Like he didn't want to say, we're going to find fireworks, because in like reality, what are the odds you're going to find fireworks in a town? It's really tough. So it's funny that in this show, they were literally right across the street from a fireworks shop. And like you could say, oh, how convenient. But for what we do in the shadows, for this moment, like it works perfectly because Nadja doesn't care. Like, yeah, she loves her husband, but she just wants him to be honest. And like, she's very capable of doing things on her own. She doesn't need anybody, but she just wants to be not left in the dark. Like she said, if, he said the plan is we're going to find fireworks and set them off to make it feel like we won. I think Laszlo thinks that Nadja would make fun of him probably, or think it's a dumb idea. And like, again, this is my headcanon, because he might feel a little inadequate that not everything he does works. But Nadja is very supportive in general, where if you have a dumb idea, like if it's an idea that is really dumb, out of this world dumb, obviously she's going to tell you. But for this, they saw Nandor training mannequins. Like at that point in time, Nandor is a psychopath. Like he's nuts to them and to us. Like I was in on it too. And for that, it was a good idea. Like, yeah, Nandor is in a mental state right now where he'll probably believe this. So Nadja probably would have teased Laszlo a little bit, but she would have helped him find a place. But of course, Laszlo, too shy to tell her, and she's like, well, there's a store right here. And I love how Laszlo can't even break into the store on his own. He throws the news stand thing, the newspaper receptacle at the window, and it doesn't break. And instead of Nadja belittling him and putting him down right there again, because his confidence is probably pretty low at that point anyway. Like she could clearly do it herself. She like does the thing where, oh, like what you would do if you have a little baby and they're trying to do something where you help them. And she's like, throw it again, my love. And he throws it and she like screams to break the window. Like those are couple goals, even though they're vampires. It's pretty sweet to see that. And I really like that. And then, of course, we have the psycho who is Colin Robinson, who actually enjoyed being in Nandor's army. Freaking Colin, who knew he could do so many push-ups? But the big twist for me, which got me, was that there actually was an army. I didn't think we were going to see that. I honestly just thought it was going to be Nandor being absolutely heartbroken over being fired and, yeah, losing his mind and training mannequins. But it turns out he was not lying, and he did recruit a whole bunch of people to be in his army. So that's kind of a win. It shows me anyway that, yeah, Nandor is now silly. He's not the same Nandor, the relentless, that he was ages ago, obviously, but he still got it. He was still able to round up, I don't know, 40 to 50 people maybe to be in his army. He had to convince them. He had to be a leader. He had to be a general, and he did it. Like, he is technically, yeah, still Nandor the Relentless, the leader of armies. And that made me happy that Nandor, I mean, you don't want to set fire to random places, obviously, but it was nice that Nandor got a huge loss last episode with being fired. And this episode, he personally gets a win, you know, him building his confidence, showing that he still has it. But by the end, everyone goes home happy, except for Guillermo probably. I'm really interested to see next week what happens after Guillermo had that talk with Nandor, because Nandor right now seems pretty fine about it. But you could see that Guillermo was it was hard for him to say that maybe they've grown apart. So, God, we'll see what happens. But this show does it again. Absolutely phenomenal episode. I can't wait till next week. So what did you all think of this episode, of what we do in the shadows? What did you think of my reaction and my thoughts? Let me know down below, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, guys.